Okay, a little bit different video about some O-scale Lionel. I'm trying to get some of this stuff together and working for my 4-year-old. She wants to play with big trains, if that makes sense. Specifically what she's after. So I picked up these cars today at the show. They were 10 bucks each Canadian, so like $6 American. I thought that was okay. This one is when I got them home, I looked at them a little closer. This one is a Pola Max, but it's got Lionel style couplers on it. And this one, this is my favorite one. I'll actually come back to this. I got this for my brother, but he said he doesn't want it. He's an Alaska person, Alaska Railroad. And then this is I've been doing a lot of research, as they say, MPC era, but I just like that it's, you can put cars on there. So, and then I also picked up, I picked up these cars from one person, and I also picked up this dummy and powered unit. The dummy has the apron breakage, but I paid 100 Canadian for the set. And let me just see if I can get this off here. Of course, there we go. I think that looks pretty clean. The guy that runs these, I'm used to be the registrar for our shows, and I thought $100 Canadian was very fair. My grandfather at his house had, when I was a kid, he had, okay, I'm not going to try to get that on one left-handed. He had the Texas Special set from 1958 or 57, wherever it's from, and this is that post-war era. I'm not really a Missouri Pacific guy, but price was right, so I'll try these out. And I'll get back to this car a little later in this video. They're also from the same guy that had the locomotives, Mitchell's his name. He had this box full of O27 style track, and he had a sign on it for $5. So let's see if it's, yeah, right here. Whole box, distressed O27 track, as is. And a lot of the pins are missing. I haven't actually counted it, but there is a boatload here. I didn't even know that these controllers were in here, and these, whatever they are, special operation piece. And there's a couple turnouts even. One of them is busted, doesn't stay put, but this one's a little better, and these two are both decent. They stay in their spot. He was asking $5 for the box Canadian, so I figured why not. And then I also have I purchased on eBay a brand new for 27 American Union Pacific Dodge Ram. I'm a Ram guy, so I saw that, and that was the other piece that I wanted. So going back to these, as you know, if you watch my channel, I have a lot of Union Pacific, a lot of Northern Pacific, and a lot of Milwaukee Road. So I'm basically doing my pre-orders from Pfeiffer, and every time they make Northern Pacific UP, I've been buying it, steam engines. But I'm coming to the point of where I kind of have everything, for lack of a better term. I've got those modules that I had set up here, but those won't be set up all the time. And the main train room, I know they say a model railroad is never done, but I don't agree with that. I built this model railroad in a little over a year and a half from when the walls were painted. So I still have more trees to plant, more lights to put on, and then of course the operations and lots of fun to go with it, but track improvements, etc. But I'm coming to the point where I have everything that I need, so I kind of was a little depressed about it, I guess. And I'm figuring this is an advanced model railroad. This is my 12th one that I've built, and my kids, they do operate it with me, but it's not the same. They can't do it all the time, so I need something for them to, you know, get excited about. So Hudson, my boy, he is 9. He is obviously the best at the show today. He ran the Digitrax pretty much the whole time except for the first hour, and he picked up some N scale stuff today. We got him a River OC SW1500. I'll make a separate video about it. And he picked up a few freight cars, and he's like, "Dad, can I put these on?" "Yep, no problem." He saw the Lego that was at the show. He came home and he's like, "Can I set up my Lego track?" He's got a whole pail of it. Rebuild my Lego train. Absolutely, no problem. So there's no problem there. I've got him well taken care of. But my 4-year-old, my 7-year-old is interested if there can be a pink train. And Lionel does have these girls sets, or I could take one of the black steamers and spray it pink. I'm used to painting up cars, so I could handle that no problem. But the thing that I am sort of interested in when I'm not, I like steam, but I'm thinking of building a small, kind of a New York area East Coast layout, because I don't have much for East Coast stuff other than some freight cars. I don't have any East Coast locomotives. I stick into the prototype so much that it doesn't allow for purchasing other things. So I have always liked New York Central. I like Chicago, Central New Jersey, rather. They have this steam locomotive called a Camelback. You cannot get a Camelback in N scale. I've asked Broadway to make one. Maybe they will. But either way, it will be years before they do. And I'm thinking maybe I could pick up a couple MTH Camelbacks and do a commuter style operations, because I'm trying to think if what would be the opposite of what am I missing? And in here, I've got the long, wide open running with basically minimal buildings other than the Livingston scene. I've got a lot of other N-scale buildings that I'm going to be selling, and then I could put that money towards something different. I'm not going to rip out anything that's in here. I would probably do a 4x8, or I would use the bench work that I have for the modules and get more IKEA Linamon tables and make it so it goes on there. But that being said, I also like setting up my N. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm in absolute love with N scale. And today, out of the 3 of us that are in the N scale modules, it sounds like we are probably going to be picking up from South Regina, where we live, 2 more modelers, people that have been in contact with us, and they've definitely made it known they want to go forward with our modular layout, and they want to learn from us and work with us. And they have Cato Track, they have DCC, and one of them is into 3D printing, which is great because I'm a novice on that, but it's important. And so don't get me wrong, the N scale on here is not going anywhere. It's just kind of, what can I do to have an affair on my N scale? And that would be the exciting affair would be the Lionel. So if I did something, there was a railroad, I think it's in 01 or so, model railroader, Mid-Atlantic and Western is the name of the railroad, and I'll find a link and I'll put it in the description of this video to the track plan on the model railroader website. and it's a gentleman, and he won second place in a contest in the model railroad. I had that issue when I was a kid or a teenager, and basically I would do something to do with New York Central, the Camelbacks, some of the Lightning Scheme diesels. My oldest boy's name is Hudson. We don't have a Hudson because Milwaukee Road has them, but only Concord makes them, so there's no DCC sound Hudsons. So there's part of me leaning towards an East Coast thing. You could run Pennsylvania, you could run New Haven. I have lots of their freight cars, but I want to try something different. Now there's a guy named Larry from the Moose Jaw Club, and he has I think it's Tijuana, Mexico themed O-scale border California layout, and he wins first place at the show every year. His is O-scale 2-rail, and he puts lots of graffiti on. He's got Mexicans running over the border. He's got UFOs. I'm gonna try and make a video. Not try. I'll be able to make a video and show you this layout. It's absolutely epic, but it's O-scale, and between my grandfather and my daughter and Larry and what have you, we're gonna at least, at the very minimum, I think we can take the free or $5 of track and put it just on the ground, cleaned up, and go around the basement. I don't have a power pack. He didn't have one for sale, so I got to get one from eBay. This is steel track, so it's rusty. That's why it was basically free. He threw it in because I bought the locomotives. I'll take some wire wheels, which I have lots of, and I will clean this stuff up in a jiffy. I'll put it on a bench grinder and with a wire brush, and she will be polished. So make sure you wear a mask on your face when you're doing that kind of stuff, guys. So when I get back, meeting with the new guys today. I didn't meet the one, I met the second one. I got to get the Helix in order, hopefully before the NMRA, which is in May, when people are coming to my house for the regional. Figure out something like that, get that stuff working and running. In these two, not these two, but there's two tubs like this, full of Lego space, including space Lego train from when I was a little preteen. So I wanted to always put that on a board and have that set up. So where am I going to put all this stuff? I got to figure out a storage solution so that I can always return the basement to the collapsed state where everything is put away. So it's got to be something like the cart system that I come up with. The new guys think is a great idea. It is a great idea. And, you know, you can zip some lights up with 2 screws, and if we have a Lionel on a 4x8, boom, we can take the Lionel to a show in Aurora, and Bronwyn and we can get a pink Lionel train, we can get a Camelback for Dad, and maybe a yellow Baby Shark engine, and you know, run some of that stuff for the younger girls. So all right, I will leave you to it. I'm sorry this video was kind of all over the place, but I'm all over the place. I got to figure out what I'm doing here. I got a bunch of free track and basically free rolling stock. We will see what happens. Stay tuned. There's lots more coming.